Alright. Let's go to Aya. Off to Aya. So now we completed the Turian arc and the Asaria arc. All the vaults on the planets that we can go to right now are done. We don't have an outpost on Kadara yet, so we're gonna need to go there. But before we do that, I want to go to Aya, turn some stuff in, and leave it to probably not return for quite some time, I would think. Do, do. I remember the last time we had to come here. It also looked like we traveled through the Scourge a little bit there. Yeah. Let's get another look at that curator and see what she looks like. A bunch of missions there. Now, Aya's not really that big compared to the Nexus or another planet, really. So most of this stuff should just be turn it in, talk to someone to progress someone else's mission. And there's really no reason to come back here unless the game tells us to. I'll try to make this quick. But I don't know who we have to talk to and how many people need us. So let's take a look at the map. Apparently there's a mission there we need to pick up. Anaret. Urges you to speak with a few remaining Angaran Aya who remember how the Kett conquered their people. Visit the Andromeda Initiative Embassy on Aya. Oh yeah, that's right. We now have an embassy here. And then that's continuing that mission. Speak to the Moshae about Axul. Yep. Talk to Peebee in the museum. Avela. Yeah, this is the Angara that we're thinking about romancing. Okay. So I guess we'll talk to some of these things along the way. We'll leave the embassy thing kind of until we'll finish up this other stuff and we'll leave the embassy for last is what I'm saying. So let's go. Or a mural. Know about that. So what mission is this again? These elders' insights can aid the initiative struggle. Okay. Let's basically just tell me your experience with the Kett as we load into the game. Let's see.
The Moshae said you remember when the Kett arrived.
My father's oldest friend was chosen to be Volt's ambassador to the Kett. The day he left, they embraced as brothers. All the Kett sent back was his badge. And a holo recording I wasn't allowed to watch.
Uh-oh.
I was too young to understand why everyone was scared. Why my father mourned for months.
What was their strategy?
Why kill an ambassador and risk retaliation?
They told us it was retaliation for Havarl's attack on their envoy. Havarl received the same story. But in that one, we were the aggressors. We were so busy blaming each other. We were divided when the Kett launched their assault. They'll try the same with you. Be ready.
Okay, these are not too bad, these stories at least. Oh, I just realized this is a task. Great. I shouldn't even be doing this. Don't really care to do a bunch of the task sort of missions. I guess since we're talking to people, let's just go ahead and do this guy.
The Moshae said you'd want to hear my experience with the Kett, to learn from it.
I do. Tell me about it.
They had just arrived. I was on a civilian shuttle to Volt when we received a message the spaceport was on lockdown. Security concerns due to the Kett. We were supposed to land on a nearby moon and wait for the all clear. Instead of landing, the shuttle captain turned back. Something felt wrong, he said. Later we learned it was a Kett transmission to isolate us for capture. The captain had saved our lives.
Okay. Lore. Must have been young.
You can't have been more than a child when that happened.
I was old enough to know life would never be the same.
Right, I don't know who you are.
Then, thought you'd be in a resistance holding cell.
That was Ephra's plan. He wanted to throw me down a hole once he got his precious answers. The Moshae
Was this
convinced
guy
him
on
to release me here.
Volt?
I volunteer and they let me see sunlight.
Oh no, this was the guy that we broke out in the Kadara cell. What Reyes gave us the thing. We were at Kadara, and then we broke this guy out after we asked him about the Kett transponder. Yeah, it's that guy. It all turned out okay.
You didn't trade one cell for another after all. And you get fresh air.
And servitude, dressed up like forgiveness. The Moshae keeps her high ground, and I'm the traitor who gets a second chance.
At least you're alive.
It's better than what Sloan would have done to you.
Lucky me. I should get back to work. They're not paying me to stand around. Oh, that's right. They're not paying me at all.
Well, that's kind of cool. We got to see him. It's been so long that I kind of forget these some of these characters. Liam Drac. Let's talk to you. The museum thing is right there. Lay that scan me.
The
Bullrin.
Moshae said we should speak. You remember the Kett's arrival.
One of them came to our city on a vow to offer lavish gifts. We lined up along the street to watch the alien walk with our ambassador. As it passed, it stopped and knelt in front of me. I still dream of what it said. Young one, you are meant for greatness.
It tricked your people?
The Kett lured your people into a false friendship.
It worked. A month later, our council disappeared. Our city was thrown into chaos. When the Kett came again, it was to conquer us at our weakest. They're cunning. They know what you desire and they offer it. Be careful.
Task complete. Alright, XP. Nice. Alright. So we've got like 3 different missions inside here. Let's talk to Avela. Did I talk to you before? Maybe on the way out. Let's do this first. Let's return all these relics to her. And we'll see if we romance her? I don't know.
You and the Pathfinder seem close.
Uh-oh.
Yes, I value his help. That's not what I meant. Don't you have shards to catalogue?
Man, I don't know.
Pavoa, I'm glad they finally let you into the city. You deserve it. This is Aya's Cultural Museum and History Archive. It's small, but you've already made it brighter.
Wait, I'm supposed to hand the stuff in. Where's that option?
I'll come back when I have something.
Stars guide your travels.
I do have stuff. Return the card figure to Avela. Avela, Avela. Yeah, I have the stuff.
Hello, Pathfinder. Any good news for me?
Apparently the game bugged. Yep, found an artifact.
I picked this up. Any idea what it might be?
How in the skies did you find an angaran star map? One that still works, even. It must be pre-Scourge. If we analyze it, we can learn where our people traveled before the Dark Age.
A star map? Have Angara traveled far? A star map.
Aren't star maps usually bigger?
An angaran star map isn't used for navigation. It acts as a log of where its owner traveled. This one's data is locked, but Aelin can decrypt it for me.
Cool. I found another artifact, madam.
I picked up this figure earlier. It might be Angaran.
This is unfamiliar to me. It does resemble an angara, but it looks so strange. It's clearly centuries old. Is it an artistic interpretation, or is this what we really look like? The implications. Pathfinder, you may have discovered our earliest artifact yet.
Hope it helps my chances. And I tossed it in cargo. Maybe it's not Angaran. Remedy says, not convinced I want to see boning with her. Yeah. I feel like she either doesn't have a scene or it's a very minor one, if any. And she's taller than me. She can't be taller than me. So I guess she's out. I tossed it in cargo. Look at that.
If I'd known what a big deal it was, I would have let it ride shotgun.
No harm done. It's seen centuries of wear. One bumpy ride won't change much.
Is this Angaran? I found it on one of your homeworlds.
Son above. It's an ancient Ravan, a musical instrument. It uses Angara's body energy to produce music. We have them now, but nothing this beautiful. The songs it played were probably lost long ago. How much culture have we forgotten? Art, music, stories, it's all gone.
You'll make new history. Not everything, thanks to you. That sounds kind of cheap. Good. Need to plow those choices down, Kappa. Yeah. She seemed interesting, but then I don't know. I've seen what the Angaran look like without shirts, and it's not pretty.
You're already rebuilding. Look at Aya.
We have a long way to go. In any case, relics like this help us. You've given me more to study than I ever expected. I've got a lot of work ahead. Thank you for your help, Pathfinder. I'll let you know if I discover anything.
Forgotten history. Return the found Angaran relics. Complete. Done. Forgotten history. Now, Peebee was over here, wasn't she? Oh, she's over there. Does he say anything?
Hello, Pathfinder.
I mean, she.
I'll let you get back to it.
Y'all look the same. Let's see what Peebee says. Peebee, what are you doing? Peebee, why are you staggering? Googled shirtless Jaw. Forgot that happened. My mind blanked it out. Yeah, that happened very early on. Like, pretty much like after we got him. And then we went to Liam's room and him and Liam had their shirts off. And I was like, yeah, I don't know if I want to see the female version of that. I guess. They didn't make him attractive enough. I don't know. Let's talk to Peebee.
Getting acquainted with our new neighbors?
Sort of. All this stuff. The Angara sure do have a rich culture and blah, blah, blah.
You been drinking?
You're sauced, aren't you? What's
Sauced.
I visited that cafe the Angara consider a bar. Asked for their hardest stuff. It was weird, which I like, but had almost no punch. Lightweight. Whoa.
Steady now.
That stuff must have a slow absorption rate. Whoops. Oh, writer. It's just... This museum reminds me of being on Haitiana during my indentured service as a student. They even have a whole section on the Remnant. I didn't come to Andromeda to follow in someone else's footsteps.
What'd you expect?
It didn't occur to you there'd be indigenous species here? Sentients with a rich history, leading full lives?
I guess.
Even so, the Angara barely have a foothold. Sure, they live among the ruins, but they haven't seen what we've already seen.
You might have a point there. Bet nobody here has ever outrun an ancient vault purification field, huh?
Nope.
Or spat in that Archon's ugly mug and lived to talk about it? That was nice work, by the way.
Thank you.
You're right. Not sure why, but ever since I packed up my apartment on the Nexus, something's crawled under my skin. But whatever it is, I promise, I'll get over it lickety-split.
Don't sweat it.
You're fine, Peebee. We all need to cut loose once in a while.
You're very understanding and attractive. Nice combination. Think I'll stay in your operation a little while longer.
Remnant data core. Drunk Peebee, not as interesting as Drunk Talizora. But still kind of cool. Remnant scanner, read email from Peebee. Whoa. Using some magic there. Alright. There wasn't anyone in there, so talk to the Moshae. You talk to the Moshae. Who's this dude?
Pathfinder.
Nobody, alright.
I'll leave you to it.
Display stand. Hollow of the Tempest. Day 45 of Revolution 826. The ship known as the Tempest landed on Aya, and our people made first contact with sentient life from another galaxy. A human called Pathfinder Rider. Pathrider. But yeah, is there new stuff that opens up now that I gave you your thing, or no? What's all this? Blastos, alcohol, like our stuff. Though smaller and darker than Andromeda, the Milky Way is home to not only the species we've met, but also countless sentient life forms. From graceful Hanar to powerful Elcor, dozens of unique species coexist, making the Milky Way a cultural and social melting pot. I don't think they had that up last time we were here. Alright, let's Moshae. I never knew this was a room.
Come to me.
Axel, I'm all right.
You almost died.
Axel's here? The leader of the Rokar?
What's he doing here?
Uh-oh. Jal wants this guy dead. I'm looking for you.
I asked the Moshae to set up a meeting. I don't want us to be enemies.
Is this true?
Axel, Ryder rescued me from the Kett. He risked his life to...
Sloane Kelly saved Kadara. Look how that went.
Jar is a bad example.
I don't condone what happened to
Let's zoom
Kadara,
in.
but one bad experience doesn't define an entire species.
Your kind has a history of treating each other unfairly. Just ask the Krogan.
How did you...
I've been watching you. You're invaders just like the Kett, except less cautious.
What does that mean?
You'll know soon enough. Do not trust them, Chauvin.
Axel... He didn't used to be like this. He was curious, brilliant. But the Kett, even without exaltation, they change us.
I like looking at the Angara's like eyes. There's so much blue in there. It almost looks like you're looking into a galaxy, almost. I don't know. There's hope.
There's still time to bring him around.
I want to believe that, but his hatred towards aliens,
I'll prove we can be trusted.
I hope so.
Ryder, we just received an emergency recording from EOS. Come to the meeting room when you get back to the Tempest.
Man. Well, I mean, if it's Jaw's loyalty mission, we'll have to do it. Does Aya Vault plans. This remnant created device displays an interactive holographic display of Aya's vault. Datapad? After years of staring at these vault plans, so much of it still remains a mystery. Not that we haven't tried, still after what happened, maybe it's best to leave the vault alone now. We've spent so long on Aya, striving to learn whatever we can about the Remnant and their amazing constructs. I see our future in these Remnant plans. Call it intuition, scientific intuition, if you will, but I've marked it down here for posterity. We'll see what unfolds. Other data pad? Can I read it? Oh, it was over here. The question isn't how Kett genetically modify us, but why. If exaltation is their reproductive process, Kett are a model of inefficiency. If they can transform one life form into something so radically different, then surely the Kett must be capable of creating clones. Wouldn't that provide more satisfactory results, especially for such a xenophobic culture? The goal of incorporating useful genetic material from other species into baseline kinetic or Kett genetic material doesn't fully explain the level of effort they expend. Exaltation is a lengthy and labor-intensive activity. What I witnessed at the facility didn't feel like mass production. It was almost religious. There's so much about our enemy I need to understand. Yeah, plus they had a guy called the Cardinal who looked like a pope almost. What does she say?
You did it. Infiltrated the Archon's vessel and returned victorious.
Got more than the relic.
And saved one of our lost colony ships from the Kett.
You're getting a taste of the war we fought for decades. With the relic in your possession, you'll be able to find Meridian and answers.
Meridian. Kett?
Any ideas on how we stop the Kett for good?
The real question is, how do we define victory over them? Complete eradication? Unlikely, costly, and morally dubious. Drive them away? How? What stops them from returning?
Peaceful coexistence doesn't seem to be an option.
There's much we still don't know. The Kett are not a simple problem. We can't reduce them to a simple solution.
Future?
When the Kett are gone, if we fix all these worlds, what do the Angara want?
Depends who you ask. We're individuals. Paran will continue spreading hope and optimism. I don't know what Ephra will do without an enemy to fight. Retirement won't suit him. As for me, maybe I'll just fade away. That's what people do when they're no longer needed, right?
The title, Moshae.
My translator doesn't know what to do with your title, Moshae.
Because it isn't a title, it's a reference. People from mythological times, before the Scourge. Legends say we once had many Moshae. Master inventors of unfailing wisdom, guided by boundless compassion.
That's a lot to live up to.
It's nonsense. Don't remember who first called me Moshae, but I do recall telling them to shut up. To my regret, the name stuck. I've minded less lately. Being the Moshae has its uses.
I wasn't gonna ask about those, but I was like, I guess we will. Last thing, ask about you.
I'd like to know more about you.
What about me intrigues you?
Uh-oh. Jal?
You and my crewmate have a close relationship. Any advice? Hints?
He talks in his sleep. Worth it for the look on your face. Jal is a dear and hopeless former student. He has a good spirit. You're lucky to have him, that's all.
Knowledge?
You're an expert on several topics. Remnant, Kett, stuff I don't even know exists.
All true. Why? Do you want to be my student?
Is that an option? Because I didn't train for this job. At all.
Yet you do it well. There are two kinds of knowing. What we take in from the universe, and what's already inside us. You have the essentials figured out. The rest you can learn as you go.
Homeworld.
Are you originally from Aya, or someplace else?
I was born on a research vessel in deep space. My parents were explorers. They never stayed in one place long. My own work has taken me to every world, many times over. They all try to claim me as their own, but if I'm honest, my favorite chair is here.
Your favorite chair? Okay. Work. Last question.
What are you working on these days?
I thought being a Kett prisoner was the worst fate imaginable. Then I got home and saw my backlog. Avela comes in every so often asking if I have a second. At this rate, I'll never catch up. To answer your question, I'm busy with everything and nothing. We'll see which wins.
Okay. That's it.
Thank you, Moshae.
Ishare.
Ishare.